It's another one of our Gannon University Inspire interviews. And we want to welcome to the microphone and to the show Dr. David Horne. He is an assistant professor of physics at Gannon University. Dr. Horne, welcome. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All righty. So tell us a little bit. We're a family show. We like to hear origin stories. Tell us how you came up and how you got to Gannon. What was your journey like?
Origins. It's a long journey. You've got the entire Atlantic in there somewhere. So you can probably tell by the accent.
Yeah.
Right? I originally came to the USA to work on the Mars Global Surveyor project.
Okay.
And Britain has a significant lack of space program, and America had one,
Yeah,
and it
sure.
still does have a good one. And so I came here initially to work on that.
Did you come over as a PhD, or did you get your advanced degree here in the States?
I came over for 1 year as an undergraduate.
Okay.
To the University of Toledo, where I was working on research projects to do with Mars, and they liked me. So I came back for graduate study and then basically stayed and went through not just my graduate studies, but postdocs and research and things like that, and changed gears a little bit. I changed from infrared observations of Mars because I was looking at dust storms on Mars. But it was infrared. It was looking at the heat signatures and things like that.
So you're kind of a spectrum guy?
Yeah, I'm on that spectrum end of things.
Yeah.
Less taking pictures.
Well, we kind of like spectrum people because we're into RF, right? I mean,
exactly.
AM, FM, right?
You're the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, we're on really low.
Yeah, I don't deal with that end so much.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm on the other end.
All right, so that's cool. So, tell us, you teach physics at Gannon.
Yep.
Do you guys talk about space and some of these things that are happening in
the
solar system?
We actually have an astronomy course as well that I instituted. So it doesn't tend to come into my core physics courses, but let me put it this way. If anyone actually starts talking astronomy to me, you've got to shut me up then. So it's a case of I do talk to people about it on a frequent basis, even though when the course isn't running. But when we have the course running, and it's integral, it's part and parcel of the educational experience there.
What I would imagine, like a textbook that was written 12, 15 years ago would have to be totally rewritten in 2024 because we know so much more about astronomy and, with the revelations of the new, what's the new telescope?
James Webb.
Webb, yeah. I mean, there's just a lot going on in astronomy.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It really depends. Astronomy, again, is one of those big, big fields. So some parts of it move faster than others.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with things I would deal with, like planetary science and things like that, that's moved fast. We've seen technology jumping in the last, 25, 50 years with people landing on probes on Mars and things like that, and changing our picture of everything really, really quickly. We've been exploring the solar system at such a rate that, the older books I actually collect the older books just out of scientific curiosity. I like to look at things like the number of moons on Jupiter, when it was 8, and then it was 16 for the longest time when I was a kid, and now it's something like 60-something or 100 and something. Really? Yeah, the numbers are changing at an incredible pace.
Is Albert Einstein still like the patron saint of physicians?
Physicians.
Physicians.
If I'm not that kind of doctor. If you're coming to me with a pain in your leg, you're talking to the wrong guy. I just want to make that really clear.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, I won't send you away with good advice then. Stick to physics.
Yes.
I mean, Einstein's equations and the things that Einstein did are still resonating onwards. We're discovering things. We're always, pushing things forward that little bit all the time. But there's still a lot of questions. It's the same with every single scientific discovery.
Right.
You answer a question, how many new questions do you make? And things like the Einsteinian equations and all the work that he did, like general relativity and special relativity and all of that, that stuff, it created so many questions we still haven't answered today exactly.
Yeah, I would imagine you're rooting for Oppenheimer for Best Picture.
You know what? I've been so busy, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen the movie?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh
I know.
It's
probably a terrible sin on my part that I haven't made the time to go see it, but I hear good things. I do hear good things.
Incredible. All right, let's bring it closer to home because there's just no doubt that April 8th, people think that the media is hyping it. I'm not sure we could overhype this because this is a once-in-a-lifetime event that's happening on Monday the 8th.
It is. I think it is possible to overhype anything. You know, I think that, you know, that what we're looking at on April 8th is a really spectacular event. You know, it's an astronomical event you can see during the day.
Yes.
You know, a comet or something else that comes through the sky. You got to go out at night. And
true.
Your kids have to stay up late. It makes a mess of your schedule because you got to go to work in the morning. This is something that is in the middle of the day. I mean, it's at 3:16 here, downtown Erie here. So it's something you're going to notice this, and it is spectacular. It really is.
I mean, talk about the American. I mean, have we had an American eclipse like this? I guess 2017 was pretty close, but like this is coming down the heart of Texas, like over San Antonio and Austin. And, you know, through the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I mean, major metroplexes, Little Rock, and then into the Tennessee Valley, and then all the way up Ohio, and then along the Great Lakes. I mean, the Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. It's amazing.
It's funny you mentioned some of those places. I have research stations set up in Little Rock in about 6 or 7 different places in the country. Yeah, measuring the atmospheric effects of this eclipse. So I'm taking full advantage of that.
What are you looking for? What's the project about?
Oh, we're looking for temperature changes, wind direction changes, wind speed changes, humidity, pressure. We're going crazy. We're just looking at absolutely everything we can all the way along that track. And we've got partner sites all the way along the track.
Would it affect barometric pressure?
There's the question.
Okay, so
that's
you're
why
going to find out.
That's why we're setting up. Some people report that they can feel an eclipse wind. And that's a breeze that's set up during the eclipse. Now, is that true? Because what you also experience during the eclipse, and people will experience this, and this is a great thing, even if, and I get this all the time, people saying it's going to be cloudy. Can never count on the weather, but even if it's cloudy, you should feel a drop in the temperature because you've got that great big hunk of rock we call the moon blocking the sun. So the question is, do people really feel a breeze, or do they just feel a change in temperature? Psychologically, what are you feeling? So it's a question.
And it's you're still going to get dark. I mean,
it's still going to get dark.
It might even be more dark.
It's going to get
cloudy.
darker if it's cloudy. Yeah. So it's going to get even darker.
Amazing. All right. So talk about what some of the plans. You're kind of giving the Gannon administration some advice on what to do and things. What's Gannon planning on as far as the eclipse the day of?
So we're planning a few things. We're planning events on campus for our students, for our staff, faculty. We're also planning, some good outreach there for people in the local sort of downtown area, so they'll get to experience this eclipse really well. So we have devices that I've put together, tested at multiple wavelengths that I'm not really telling people how to do them in case they do them wrong, because we've done them right. And these are windows. These are big filter windows. So I'll explain what those are a bit.
Yes, please.
They're a bit like eclipse glasses, but they're like 6 feet across.
So you basically have created this gigantic, almost like a
window.
A window, but it's blackened to the level that
it's safe for observation. Yeah.
So many people can get under.
So
that
you
window.
can get under that. They are safe. We've tested them. They're industrial standard as opposed to the standard ISO standard you'd find on the glasses, which is very important if you're looking at the glasses, is to read that ISO 12312 number that'll be on the inside of
That's what we're looking for. ISO 12312.
Yeah. If you have a pair of glasses just written inside that arm, so it should say ISO 12312, probably -2 with that.
That's good to know because people are like ordering from Amazon. They may or may not.
So check for those.
Ones.
Make sure you've got the right number there, and that's the right optical standard. But having been a veteran of a couple of eclipses before and used this method before and done some extensive testing in my lab, we built these windows so the local community and people there can really stand under these windows together. And these are great for kids as well because they tested well, and kids tend to crunch those glasses and damage them. So if you do have kids, make sure their glasses aren't damaged and then they're looking back at the sun. Again,
Is Gannon handing out glasses to their students and things?
We will have some glasses
Yeah, okay.
on. We will have some glasses to give out, but I've been assisting with a lot of other institutions too, and running all over town, giving away a lot of our supply to schools and to students and people who ask. So we will have some, but significantly less than we started with. So I wouldn't like to say exactly how many we'll have to give out, but we will have telescopes as well, and those telescopes will be safely filtered.
I was going to say, you have to doctor those up, I would think.
Yeah, you do need a safe filter on the front of any optical device. Don't look at the sun through telescopes or binoculars. We have the filters on them.
With the regular glasses or behind this window, if we have a clear day, will we see a corona, that ring of fire?
Not behind the window and not with your glasses on. So this
Okay,
is something
good to
you
know.
have to really be aware of here.
Yeah.
Is the eclipse. The eclipse starts at about 2:02. Okay.
Right.
If you go out with your glasses on, which you should at this point because it's the very beginning, it's going to just look like the sun at 2:02. Don't look at it at 2:02. Go in the house and go, that was a waste of time. Okay, don't do that. The totality, and that's a different thing to the eclipse. The totality is the bit about halfway through where the moon completely covers the sun. That's the spectacular bit you want to see. And that from downtown Erie is about 3 minutes, 42 seconds. And that's the bit people are traveling to see. That's the bit they want to see. So
Right around 3:16 to 3:20.
3:16 to 3:20 is when you want to look.
And that's when we're allowed to not have to wear glasses, right?
Yes.
So just look at it.
Yeah, so at 3:16, you can take those glasses off and you can look at the total eclipse of the sun. And that's when you see the corona you talked about. That's where you see that
If
outer
there's no
atmosphere.
clouds.
If there's no clouds, I mean, the clouds will stop you from
Right.
seeing it. If you are trying to use your glasses or trying to use a filter window or anything else, you won't see anything at 3:16 because it's just not bright enough.
Wow.
And at that point as well, you'll start seeing planets and stars coming out. It won't go quite as completely black, but you'll see all these astronomical objects coming out. And the important point is, though, that you take those glasses off at 3:16. Don't be afraid of looking at this thing, but be cautious. Be careful. Keep an eye on the time. And then when the sun comes back out from behind the moon, be ready to get those glasses back on.
Yeah.
And don't be staring at the sun. Even with glasses, there's nothing to stare at.
Right.
The glasses are really there, so you put them on. You have a glance at the sun under the glasses to see what the eclipse is like. How far through is this thing?
Right.
And then afterwards, after the eclipse, you can watch it till 4:30. Just putting the glasses on and having a look. I don't think there's much benefit to sitting there and staring at the entire thing from 2:02 to 4:30. And I think that's something that people sort of misunderstand. Even through filters, I probably wouldn't do that.
All right. So after, my understanding is, what we've heard is, after the totality is over, that's when people start making for their cars. And you were in, you said you were in St. Louis?
I was in St. Charles. The eclipse didn't actually go through St. Louis. I was working at the University of Missouri, St. Louis.
Yeah.
And so I just went half an hour south.
So St. Charles is not that small of a town, though.
No, it's a fairly big town.
What was it like at, the 2 hours after the eclipse?
Well, my boss at the time, the chair of the physics department, owned a bar, and we did it from their bar. So I just stayed and drank beer for a bit.
Basically, did it look like it was kind of crazy
I looked
outside?
out of the window and I looked at the traffic and I thought, forget that. And I stayed where I was and I just hung out, and everybody that was there from the eclipse, they had a great time. There was a lot of energy from it. There was a lot of people excited. A lot of people had seen it for the first time who just wanted to talk about it. So we just hung out and we just had fun and we talked and we just waited for the traffic to clear, and then we went home in our sweet time. We didn't try to jump in the car, at exactly 3:20 and then jump into that traffic there.
Sure.
I think you have to be prepared to be a bit relaxed with this, and take your time and accept that it's going to be kind of a carnival kind of thing with all the associated traffic and infrastructure chaos you get from any major event.
Yeah. I want you to talk about, when we think about the kinds of things that here Gannon's making this investment in their students, in their staff, in the greater community, and we have this 100-year anniversary campaign. Campaign.gannon.edu. How important is just the support of the community to Gannon, to making something like this happen, and just in general your program in the physics department, would you say?
Well, a community support is always vital. It's really nice to have people who are supporting us and are behind all the programs that we put together. And when we're doing something like an eclipse like this, we really do think about making sure that the local community has an inroad with us, to enjoy it with us, and to actually access, the experience we have and the things that we have. And that's why we're building these windows, and we're making sure that we've got a good presence here for people to really enjoy it and to really.
And the
get
students
the most
are really
out of it.
getting jazzed by it. I mean.
They're getting there. They're getting excited by it. Yeah. So I'm getting a lot more questions coming my way, filling my inbox up with things. And
you're not making them write this huge term paper this semester, right? Come on. They've got stuff to do.
I really should try and work that in somehow. Now you've given me ideas.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, again, their experience, your physics students, your astronomy students, in general, Gannon students living in this urban setting here are going to experience something that they'll never experience again. It's pretty remarkable.
Right. I think the previous one was something like 1806.
Wow. Next
one is 2144.
Yeah.
If you're going to be in Erie. If you go south a little, you can see one by 2099 if you want to wait for that. But 2144, if you wanted to walk out onto the Gannon campus and see the next one, that's when you're talking. So you might want to catch this one while it's coming by. Just a hint.
Absolutely. Well, you've got a lot of work to do in the next 30-some days.
Oh, yeah.
You?
Tell me about that. Remind me about all I have to do.
Wow. Well, we're going to be doing some coverage of all of this, especially on the public safety and transportation side in real time. But we'd love to get like a pre-recorded thing with you just to talk about, hey, here's some tips to watch for as a family, because people will be listening. So I appreciate it. Dr. David Horne, assistant professor of physics at Gannon University, and another Gannon University Inspire interview. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you very much.